So it's, not everything is we want to publish and we want to get out there. We do want to try, and it looks great. We want to do it, but at the present moment, we just currently feel it's not the best fit for Canobie Lake. So it's it's there with a bunch of other plans we have. Just sometimes they get on the internet, sometimes they don't. But I would never say never. It's out there, and if you looked at those plans, those things look great. It looks a lot of fun, and I wouldn't close it. But at this moment, it is not on our radar to do for any time in the next year. Yep.
Why was the Tiki maze demolished? Is that where the new ride's going to go?
No, and I didn't say there was a new ride going somewhere. So if the sewer was there may be something at some point in time. The Tiki
the one
maze
that goes in a circle that doesn't go very high.
Correct.
That
Yeah, we don't know where that is then. The Tiki maze served its time, and we gotten to a point to where it's just a bit old, a little bit of an eyesore, kind of a thing. If you look into it, when you come into our nice brand new gate, to our new area, we rehabbed our food stand starting last year right there, and then you see the Tiki maze, which is from the 60s, still there. Doesn't rotate, doesn't move, becomes more of an obstacle course for children running, and we can talk about public liability with teeth and feet and pains, but it is gone for that, and it was opened up the area. We found that area to be very congestive, and now we use it for promotional shots, which is working well for us.
Did you actually scrap it, or do you still have the glass and everything in storage?
It was scrapped. Scrapped and removed.
When did that stop spinning? Because I remember it when I was young spinning.
Mid-90s, early to mid-90s. Yeah, it was just to reach that actual motor required a tear down every time, so it just became labor intensive, and we left it alone. Yep.
Will the hot dog stand ever return?
You and I are on the right page.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing in this park that we
Frisbee
took
dog.
away. Is the hot dog stand was my favorite food source here with all the different foods that we have. However, as much as I argue and scream, I'm not going to get my way with food and hot dogs because I'm
Remember
told
the
to just
butter
go buy a
wheel?
hot dog.
The butter wheel for the bread.
Oh, it's amazing. All the food you it will not. We do sell the same material as I've been told in elsewhere, just not located in one hot dog stand. Try. Yes.
Did everybody get rid of that spotlight or that light inside the cyclodrome?
No. Because we keep the house lights on in the psychodrome. Ultimately, we have to adhere to federal and state law, and one of those main concerns is to be able to see every guest at all times. Even with our day-night cameras, we cannot see everyone in there, so we have to, in this state, the operator has to see every rider. So I can't shut them off.
Just close your eyes.
Will the live shows be marketed as something else this year because it's not going to be rotating?
Yeah, then the answer is likely. We'll probably promote it as it is. Last couple of years we've been doing kind of like Summerpalooza because there was just so many things coming in and out. So we'll probably retire that name for now and just kind of promote the shows as what they are.
I don't know, my timing was off this past summer, but every time I was here last year, the Frisbee was down. Is that an ongoing problem with that ride, or is that...
Yeah, I was not know if you were in the room when I first started with that one. It lasted for about a month with that, but then we had some parts issues we need to replace. We are expecting it for opening day, as long as it gets through from Germany, and we'll be fine. So that is our goal.
Is the USA missile still in the boneyard, or is that gone?
We don't have a boneyard. We have what's called a historical museum that we're grass. And yes, it is still on site. It is it's standing but not operating, if you will.
Okay. So whenever Google Earth finally updates, there'll be a missile in the background.
Is it still leaking oil?
We'll have to write a
covered in a tarp, so it'll look a little bit weird. So, yes, sir.
It's not a question as much as a comment. Canobie Lake Park every year, usually in June, they have a senior day. I want to extend my own personal thanks because I never qualified. In addition to seniors, I have a wonderful day if anybody's over that in that age range. Usually in June, I can call it senior day because that's what we call it. Generally speaking.
Yeah, it's Big Band Day,
Big Band Day.
and so seniors, the 60 plus, are free that day. I believe it's the first Sunday in June. Typically, it's either the first or second Sunday, and we'll announce it on our website. But anyone 60 plus is 100% free admission. Come in, walk around, enjoy the attractions if you'd like. We also have some big bands come in and perform in the dance hall. So we kind of bring the dance hall to where it was in the 30s and 40s and 50s, and we just do dancing and have fun. And every year that event has grown substantially. So
This last year, it turned out that the weather was not cooperative, and you had one small group outing that particular day. And my friends and I that were here, we got 32 rides on Yankee Cannonball.
36.
We did not have to get.
awesome.
So it's a good day to come, whether you're a senior citizen or not.
So that's a good day for you.
What else do we got? Yes, sir.
Any plans on updating the mechanics of the roosters?
Mechanics
They
of
don't.
roosters.
They're not exactly as good a flyer as they could possibly.
Oh yeah, we're not going to extend the chains. We shortened those a long time ago. For that, no, we went through. I don't know if it was 3 or 4 years ago. Those went through a complete tear down and rebuild. So there is no future. Yeah, there's no plans to alter or change it. It is where it's at. Anything else? Yes, sir.
A few years back, and it was a few years back, but from my knowledge, it would have to be done again sometime soon. The boiler on the steam locomotive, how often does that need to be done, and is there a chance you're going to lose it at part of the season, like you did a few years back?
Well, you never know what's going to happen, and the reasons why you lose it isn't a firebox can cause things anytime you have issues with it, but it is sent out every year to be redone. So it's been inspected by boiler engineers every year. And it goes out. You know, when we lose it, it's because there was
Major issue.
unfortunate things you cannot control. Everything's operators driven. Yep.
I enjoyed visiting the park during Scream Fest last year. My one disappointment that time of year is that the Mine of Lost Souls isn't operating. I was wondering if you had ever considered creating a path that would make it possible to engage in that ride during that time of year, or possibly even incorporate it into the path of the haunt that passes by it. A ride on the Mine of Lost Souls plus whatever haunt you're going through.
I think Chris wants to open it every year. I just keep telling him no.
Do you remember the very first year when we did the Spooky World year? The very first time we opened, that was an attraction. In fact, it was one of the only ones. We added a couple tricks in it. We thought, Haunted Mine, we put it on the map, as one of the things. The capacity on that ride created a 3.5 to 4 hour wait for that attraction because it was promoted better during Screamfest. Same thing with the steam train when we had the Spooky Express where we had little cutouts of ghouls. I mean, it was very simple, but people were waiting 3+ hours to get on the train. So we got killed, guest wise for the mine and the train being in operation. And so we ended up saying the mine can't handle Screamfest, so let's build a haunt there. We've since, if you remember, the original village plans incorporated that whole midway and the whole path. We've kind of since brought it all onto that island where the village stage is. We do have paths that we can get that are currently actor only to get to the haunted mine. I think we'd just be nervous. Like Ryan said, everyone's nervous about getting that up and running just because the guest experience during the summer on the haunted mine is great. I think we'd disappoint people if we made them wait that long for it in the fall. Yep.
Kind of expanding on that, and I know it wouldn't be something cheap and it would be something hard to market, but have you ever looked at trying to do something to increase the capacity of the Mine of Lost Souls?
Yes, we looked at it.
That's about as far as it went?
It's gone through 2 rehabs already in its past, from the mid-90s to its current state. It's been a long time. However, it's still a very reliable attraction for us. It has very little downtime to do it, but it's like everything else. We make it adapt, and it's not. It works for the current generation that's here, but until we have bigger plans through that whole area, maybe at that point. But right now, it's not on our radar. So, yep.
When you remove something from the park, how do you determine what you're going to store, keep, and what you're going to get rid of?
We store a portion of everything that we take away for safekeeping and for, just as I mentioned in the museum earlier, I wasn't really joking about it. That is one of our long-term plans. So if we were to, for instance, when we update our sports cars or our antiques, we keep one. When we took the Cosmo jets down, we kept one. We have parts of everything here that is stored. And as long as we have people who are knowledgeable to where those things are, we'll be able to keep them. But a lot of times when things are just taken down and replaced, they're often not sold as part of a trade for something else coming in to another part of another park or another part of the world.
Is there any possibility to ever get a tour through your museum?
Well, it's not a museum built yet, but it's kind of it's like, literally like you go into
A
like,
pile.
well, no, if you think of Indiana Jones movies where they store everything, the shelves go up 30 feet and there's aisles that are down there. There's parts everywhere in 4 different spots, but until we make it a complete aisled, follow complete OSHA guidelines.
It'd take like
and,
6